Incredibly gorgeous, and they're delicious. She's an alum of Le Cordon Bleu, and we got an inside look at the entire menu. We don't have an actual recipe from Peggy. This is inspired by the dish, and I was able to kind of reverse engineer it using a bit of intuition and a ton of know-how. Why? Because I've graduated from culinary school and have that really great base foundation of knowledge, just like what we saw at Le Cordon Bleu. Using a combination of ground hazelnuts and maple syrup and banana, and then we're gonna fold in tons of shredded carrot, and we're using spelt flour and cinnamon. This is kind of like all of the best parts of like a warm fall baking dessert into a vegan loaf that is surprisingly super decadent. We got some coconut oil, hazelnuts, maple syrup, vanilla, hazelnut milk, banana, carrots that we're gonna grate up to give that beautiful color and vibrance to the bread, as well as spelt flour and ground coconut that's then seasoned up with cinnamon, ginger. We have some leavening agents, salt, and then we're gonna make a really bright lemon glaze. And obviously we need a little color, a little pop of pizzazz, so we have some rose petals and cornflowers that are going to garnish the cake. Okay, so I wanted to make sure this cake was super simple. So to start, we're going to make our wet ingredients, and that's going to be kind of like what you would imagine when you're creaming fat with sugar and you're getting that really like nice base that you're then going to fold into your dry. That's what we're doing, but with a whole bunch of natural ingredients. So to start, I have a banana. I'm just going to break it up. If you want, you can also do like mash it. We're looking for about a half cup. I'm just eyeballing it right now. We are going to do 3/4 cup of toasted hazelnuts, 1 cup of non-dairy beverage. I'm using hazelnut milk. You could also use almond milk. You could use coconut milk. You can use oat milk, whatever your heart desires. 1/2 cup of maple syrup for sweetness, teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Let's blend it up. We're just gonna keep this on the side. This is gonna be that binder that kind of brings everything together. Meanwhile, we're gonna get all of our dry goods ready, as well as grating our carrots. Now we're going to grate 3 carrots. I'm looking for 1.5 cups. A trick, always do it over parchment paper on your cutting board. Why? Because carrots are bright orange and they will stain your board. So grating any brightly colored vegetable, I always put down a thing of parchment. Also makes it super easy to transfer it then to your bowl. Push this over here. And we're going to start to get everything ready. Spelt flour. I love using it. It's a whole grain flour. I think it adds a really nice nuttiness to pair with the hazelnuts. So we're doing 1 3/4 cup, as well as 1/4 cup of finely shredded coconut or desiccated coconut. I like the fine stuff because I find that it incorporates much better. I don't want kind of big chunks. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Just gonna stir it up, get it incorporated. Perfect. So I like to add the carrots before I add the wet ingredients because I find that it evenly distributes a little bit better when it's all really nicely coated in flour. Now let's add in our wet. Fold this all together until it's just incorporated. So overmixing is a no-no. Beautiful. I have a loaf pan, 9x5 inch, lined it with parchment as well as sprayed it with nonstick cooking spray. That will be key. Make it super easy to get out since this is going to be a soft, tender, crumbed, quick bread. Spread it out evenly. Give it a stamp on the counter, helps get out any air bubbles. So I'm going to pop this into a 350-degree oven until a toothpick comes out clean, which should be about 45 to 50 minutes. Our cake is baked and cooled. Take a look at how gorgeous. You have a little cracked top to capture all of this beautiful bright lemon glaze we're about to make. I'm going to take 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, get right into our bowl. 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice until you get that perfect consistency, and it's going to be nice and tart. I always start with 2 tablespoons, see if that's enough. If not, I add another. You just have to keep whisking. That's kind of the key because it's going to continue to melt. You want it to be rather thick. Okay, this is going to need 1 more, so we're going to go with 3 tablespoons. You want to whisk out any lumps. Letting your cake cool makes transfer so much easier. Rose petals, blue corn flowers, a little sprinkle of flaky sea salt just for good measure, and we're done. Ooh, take a look at that crumb, vegan.